All right, welcome back. Everyone needs an Aquarius. We're in the building. Dom, how are you doing, my compadre?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, look, hey,
I'm
look,
hanging in there,
look.
and just tired. Also tired.
Talk about what you did
Wednesday's
last
been a
night.
win. Well, you know what? I ended up staying much longer. I
No,
did.
tell the people what you was doing yesterday.
I was getting there.
Okay, go ahead.
I was doing red carpets for Churchy for Kevin on Stage's second season of Churchy that's on BET that premieres tomorrow on BET Plus. So I had that happened literally last minute. I got the confirmation at 1:15 and had to be there at 5. So that meant I had to drop everything that I was doing to start getting ready to go there so I could be on time. And I had a good time, just talking to the cast and crew in regards to Churchy. And there was a screening, and we watched 2 episodes. In the panel, it was hosted by Sylvia Obel, who is also a fellow Aquarian.
Okay.
So I got to speak to Sylvia, and I didn't realize that Joy Taylor was sitting next to me in the back row. Because I slid in after, because standing behind me doing a breakdown and everything. And so once I got in there and somebody sat next to me, I was like, why somebody sitting next to me? And then realized, I was like, oh, it was Joy Taylor. But she was so cute and petite. Like, she had a bomb haircut and color. And we just, talking to people that you admire. So it was really nice then to network with people. And then it was an after party. And I just had a good time, a really, really good time being outside. I need to be inside for a while. It was definitely, it was nice because one of my friends, Cletus, Cassidy, he's a comic, and he's also in church. He was in the first season and the season. So he rose upon me. I didn't even know he was here. Now, mind y'all, I texted Cletus last week. I was like, I think you got married based on these pictures that I'm seeing. It's not for a movie. So I was like, you're not you, and you can tell me that you was gonna be here. He's, so it was really dope. Shout out to, Kevin, everybody. My friend Keisha E is in a few episodes as well. Tahir's in all of the episodes. It's really, really good. So y'all support Black people.
Yeah.
Black creators.
Yes, especially a lot of good creators out there doing their thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of dope people. So make sure we are pouring into those people. So I'll have some of those clips and all that stuff uploaded. I had the live posted for a while, but now I took it down so I could just chop the clips up.
Which makes sense. So you had to be there for it to get the live all at one time.
Yeah, it was interesting. So yeah, I had a good time. So yeah, it's been a day. I am exhausted. I am people's out. How are you, friend?
I'm good. I'm good. I just working hard, man. Should I talk about the event I was texting you about on Sunday night?
Yeah. Okay, wait. So look, first of all, our homeboy, shout out to our homeboy Sean Fallion, because he had me where the uncles was, but they was the uncles that was kind of gonna get the gout. So,
shout out to the gout.
Yes, some of them was the gout, and so I'm there. I sent D a picture. We sent pictures at the same time. He out, I'm out. But you had a more eventful night than I did. I don't know. I feel like you should kind of tell her, because I was over there cracking up.
It was strange, man. It was strange. It was, I don't want to divulge too much. It was like the episode of Atlanta. I will. Ain't nobody gonna know them, these people like this, and I ain't saying no names. So, man, it was like a weird episode of Atlanta. You had all these younger girls, all under 30 or so, and a whole bunch of old men, white men, and Indian men, and them twerking around them and trying to, I guess, present themselves. And it was weird. It was a industry event for artists I would not name or whatnot. But it was just weird, man. It was just like, okay. And I sent you a small video. Did you see what I was talking about?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like, man, I hope, because it felt like they was white, and I have no idea who like some of these. I only knew like one or two white guys in there, and I was like, are y'all just slumming and trying to be up under some chicks that's gonna twerk, and you gonna they gonna twerk on your lap and do all kind of shit? Is you trying to slum, my nigga? And that was the only thing that was real weird to me. That was what I'm really getting at.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing about everything, it's funny how you refer to it as that episode of Atlanta. Because where was that, where it was like a Nando's or whatever when they went to London, or was it like Amsterdam or something? It was like Amsterdam. A Nando's. So it immediately made me think of that episode of Atlanta.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
That's how parties be, and it like how I told you how it was one time I went to an event and it reminded me of that house party where it was like, it was like, it's Drake's house or whatever.
Yeah, it was similar to that too. It was similar to that too. That's the thing. It was like the Netherlands thing and the Drake episode together. Because it was an artist. Did I tell you what artist it was for?
Was it a girl?
Yeah.
Yep, you did.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah. So that's what I mean. That's what I'm like. That's why I was like, but that artist never was there. Never came.
Because that's what I was trying to see. I was wondering if there was
that artist never came.
Well, I also was wondering if there was a concert or something, because that would bring that person there.
No, they were supposed to have come for this like event or whatever or whatnot. But so it was similar to the thing though, because it was crazy because I had to get on a list and I saw the person's name on the list.
Oh wow.
I saw their name on the list. So I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, because y'all will be close.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. What are we supposed to be doing here now? So I don't know. So it was weird. One day I'll give more details, and maybe we do it on the Patreon or something where I give details or whatnot. But it was just weird, y'all. It was weird. It was just like all these different random sets of people all in one room, and none of the, I would say 98% of the people in there I would never be caught with kicking it on my own.
Yeah.
On my own. But it is what it is. But before let's keep it on a little bit of music. Have you heard what's up with all this backlash for Tyla going on, Don? And people not want to listen to her music, or I guess, or whatever. I mean, I don't really listen to her at all, but she had that one song that was big. What was the Shining or whatever it was?
No, it was called Water.
Okay, same thing.
You said Tyla, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Supposedly people are boycotting her, maybe, or don't like it. She said those comments that she wasn't black.
I mean, she not black. She, like, I think, like,
she is black though.
But
she's South African.
Yeah, they don't identify how we identify as black. So I can't get mad at her for saying that, because that's not her heritage. Like, that's not their only. Yeah, I don't know any. I personally, I don't know. I mean, unless like maybe.
I mean, she's mixed with a whole bunch of shit, but
I think
if you see her, you see a black, just a multicultural looking black woman. That's it. And you know what? This goes back to what you say all the time, Don. She needed a PR person. Because somebody should have told her, I know what y'all say in South Africa, but when you go to the Breakfast Club, don't be saying no bullshit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but it's just also
we ain't black people.
I think, but that's been a thing since her first album, and
people kept up with that shit since then. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I didn't know that this was still a thing.
Yes, her album sales were like super low, and people think it's because. There's a backlash amongst people.
But people are not buying music like that anymore.
I mean, her streaming numbers are down. Let's say that then.
Well, I didn't know this was happening, that this was a thing. I think that everything ain't anti-blackness. I'm gonna say that everything is not anti-black. I would say I would give her a pass simply just because of globally where she's from. She's not from here, so I don't know people that I
know some South African cats, and they told me that's some bullshit.
So do they? But I don't know. Like people were really confused when she started speaking. They were like, "Oh my gosh, this is an Indian girl," and I was just like, "No, she's from South Africa. She has an accent."
No.
But I mean, it's clear to me that her parents are not fully black.
But okay, my man, Johan, man, my boy from the UK, because I asked him about this long. So he's like, no, she's full of shit. There's so many different South African types of people. For her to say she ain't black is like, wow. He said, like,
so do they? Okay, so I'm confused because they're like,
okay, I'm gonna give you an example of somebody.
Yeah, I was gonna say because we know that there's like I'm not gonna say.
So I'm gonna give you an example of this actress. I don't know if you've seen those.
Why you say actress like that?
What I do wrong?
He was like this actress.
Hold on.
But no. What I was gonna say there, okay, so we've been in a situation, especially where, at least my experience in St. Louis with Africans, like different, whether they be Nigerian, Eritrean, whatever, they've said that they are not black. So that's why I think that's where things get a little.
You said Eritreans say that? I don't know Eritreans. I've never met these Eritreans that don't say they're not black.
That's been, like I said, that's been my interaction.
So the movie is called How to Ruin Christmas. It's actually real good on Netflix. It's super hilarious. The first 2 seasons are super hilarious. I didn't like the third season. But there is a character on there. She's a very attractive young lady. And she is mixed up, has a lot of different cultural stuff. Her name is Thando Thabete. I'm gonna give you her name.
Okay.
Google her.
I'm looking it up.
She is in interview saying like, "Yo, I'm black," and they're a similar style of South African.
You're talking about Toomey. The sister is Toomey. Toomey had died.
No, yeah, in the TV show, yes.
No, Toomey is dead in real life.
Right. But she was in that movie with her.
Yeah. It's like 3 seasons. Yeah.
Right. The first 2 seasons were good.
I was like, I feel like I've seen this.
Yeah, because she died in between the first and the second season.
Yeah.
So the girl, the woman that was getting married in the first one, her name is it is Thando. Yeah,
the sister that with the bleached skin.
Yes, but it's not bleached though, technically. Supposedly, she's mixed up like old girl is.
No, trust me.
Maybe it may be, but she says
there's that it be that brownish yellow. That's bleached.
Okay,
it's like brownish yellow.
Sometimes it's a couple of them that have done that over there, so I can't even call that. I know some people that watch that show Fabulous in Black or whatever in African, and that one girl on there be bleaching her skin.
Okay.
It's a Netflix like kind of like a Housewives, but like for South Africa, like a more blacker. It's an all black Housewives basically, instead of like how because they had one for South Africa before. One of the guys on there went to this other show because the wives on that original South African Housewives died of cancer. His wife died of cancer.
Okay.
DJ Naked, I think his name is.
Okay.
And then he went to it's Young Black and African or Young Black Rich and African. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. I didn't finish that.
But the main light skinned girl on there, she bleaches her skin. Like, go see what she looked like before. She was like your complexion.
I feel like it'd be like a lot of them just be bleaching because, like, I just know based on it's like certain things. Like when I was looking at her throughout that season, actually, this little bit, maybe she just had terrible. She might have had now these look better. She might have had terrible lighting and makeup.
Yeah, because I didn't because when I see like look at her Instagram or anything like that.
Because now when I see these other slightly. But I don't know. Like, so the thing with it's people pick and choose. But if I didn't grow up in a house where I was told that's what I was or how I identify, and people around me, I wouldn't. I could see where there is a disconnect. So that's why I'm like with Tyla. I don't know. She don't look black to me.
She does to me. I know
She
a whole
looks
bunch of
black
black
to
girls that
you?
look like that. She looks. I know a whole bunch of black girls that look like her.
Like, I'm looking at her. You know who she looked like? You like, and like maybe more ambiguous or racial, but she like the girls that are on the two sisters that are on Bridgerton. So I know one of the girls in real life, her name is Simone Ashley. No. Look up this girl named Simone Ashley.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
It reminds me of that. And they're like,
but she's not black at all, though. I'm looking at her thing. It says that she's Indian and Indian.
Yeah, she's like South Asian. Right. But that's what Tyla reminds me of. When you really
that's my thing, though, is that if it'd be like this young lady saying I'm not Indian.
I'm saying
that would be some bullshit.
No, I'm not. No. That wouldn't be some. That would be like, okay, you really hate your people. But for me,
why does Tyla get
for me, I'm looking at Tyla, which when people was like, she looks more around that area than necessarily black to me, like full on black.
Let me see. I'm gonna just pull up exactly what she said. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I might not be able to.
Like, I'm looking at her parents. Her daddy definitely looked like he's Indian. That looked like Henry. Now her mama maybe something, but they don't. The mama look more, I can see how somebody like, oh, she was black or biracial. But her parents, this says mostly racial. But her daddy looked like he is Indian.
All right, I'm going to play exactly what she said. Let's see.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
Can we not? Por favor.
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. I like when they talk from the back and say we can't. I like that. That's good. That's even better.
Next one, please.
That's even better. You're stupid.
Okay, that's not the one because but maybe
no. Okay.
She said some comments somewhere else. I thought it was on the breakfast.
Yes, no. I feel like I don't.
On podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
for sure, femininity, parenthood, dating,
definitely dating,
single parents. And it's from a lens of two psychologists,
Yeah.
So,
but also two people who grew up with both parents, married parents, and then you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, her siblings and my siblings. So it's from that perspective.
Yeah, looking at life through that lens. Yeah. So you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us. From us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
What you talking about? I don't know. I think what people are upset about, and people have to come out and just be real about this. It is how music is marketed to people, and particularly us. So y'all put this girl that has some color Cause she is color. She color. She got color. And y'all was like, okay, this song, this girl, we gonna put her in this market because we can make some money off of her. She will sell and gravitate toward people that look like her. But when you really go back and even listen to Water and that album, that is a pop album.
Yeah, and the
It's
real
like a pop R&B album. So I think that's the people need to just say, well, she was marketed and geared toward us, so we thought she was one of us. Just say that.
And at the end of the day, the music might just suck too. Like, I don't even know. Maybe it's weird to
It
say
could be that, but I think I really think it's more of a thing. It was a marketing thing. Just like you remember how they Pink was this white, that first album is an R&B album.
Mm-hmm.
Pink actually had pink hair with a pixie cut. You was clearly hanging out with Negroes. LaFace wanted you one way. They controlled the first album, and she got free range on that second album, and everybody was confused.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to remember these labels are going to do shit like this all the time, and it's not. And for me, I guess it's a bigger fish to fry than whether or not Tyler is black.
Yeah,
and I know people are like,
and I'm mad that we even went down a deep end with that one. To be honest with you, because I mean, at the end of the day, I am on the race card committee, though. I mean, I just was trying to put that out there.
Listen, and as a person that wants a lot of things blown up, dismantled, I get it, but it ain't this.
Yeah,
it's not Tyler. And like I said, the girl got songs that I like. I think Kehlani's version of Water is she has a song that came out prior to that. That is, hold on.
There's two versions of this.
There's not two versions. There's two completely different songs.
Which one have I probably heard? So I probably heard the Tyler one then, right?
You've heard the Tyler one. Kehlani has a song called Water that came out during the pandemic. She dropped a project.
Okay.
Man, that motherfucking Water. That's nasty. That's a good song. But I don't know. Like but also everybody, it is not necessarily my thing. Like I liked other songs from Tyler that I enjoyed more than Water.
Yeah, but also if Tyler was that, let me be my French for this. If Tyler was that motherfucker, that when the color thing wouldn't be able to stop her. Maybe she ain't that dope as maybe also, like, she could have blown through all that shit. Is when if that people really fuck with her music,
what people was fucking with that damn Water Dance.
But that's one single. Skee-Lo got I Wish, and we fuck with that too. But he couldn't blow past.
But I'm just saying that
not the Skee-Lo. I didn't. That wouldn't.
But I'm saying like it was the hype surrounding this song, all the things that came with the song, and maybe like you said, and it may not even be that it's not dope. It's just not for the consumer that they marketed that to. Because I feel like this. When I listen to that album, I'm like, this is like a pop album.
What is it between her and Tim's? Her and Tim's have the similar sound to me, same Afro beated sound.
Yeah, as far as beats go, for sure.
Yes, but I'm saying, but Tim's be selling out all the time. She be selling out tours over here.
Tim's, because Tim's identifies differently though. But you have to think about. You said no. I'm gonna say because that is Tim's is they put her that it works because she's singing like R&B. She's singing R&B. She presents different, and not just even in the color of her skin, like the brownness, the richness in that, her body type, everything.
All right, let's stay with
Tim's is lusted after. I'm not gonna say people probably and if you like Tyler's cute, but Tim's is lusted after.
That's true.
So I'm like, there's a difference. That's a grown woman. That is a full. That's a full grown woman.
You're right about that. She is a fully grown woman.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, she's a grown. And I don't know how old Tyla is, but Tyla feels like my.
It's the same thing with Taylor Swift. We know that Taylor Swift is in her 30s, but she still presents like a teenager.
Yes, and that is Tyla similar with that.
Yeah.
How old is she? Let me see. Before we
I don't know. Next topic. We done spent 20 minutes talking about that damn girl.
I know.
You. Speaking of music, you said that Meg made Klay spaghetti and fish.
Hey, and you want to know how I got the video of it. I think. Hold on. Do I got the video? Did I download the video?
You so silly.
I did. Hold on 1 second. Just because this is going to show you, to me, two worlds of like where he's been at his life and where she ain't been at all. And it's not a bad or a good thing in the saying this. It's just two different worlds. Hold on. I got it saved. I'm gonna put it up for y'all. Hold on. Come on. All right, there we go.
What's up, y'all? So Klay had never had spaghetti and catfish together before, and ever since the first time I made it for him, he asked me for this shit like every week.
You could bring it. Tell me what you think.
First bite.
Yeah.
So good.
First of all, I just love that they regular as hell eating on TV trays.
It is the best.
Like you just sitting in the living room, you had a TV tray, and now you just eating at like whatever. Like y'all not sitting at this table. Meanwhile, I be like, don't be spilling shit on my floor.
Oh, chill. Oh, chill.
It was good, babe?
It was amazing.
His daddy was in the league, correct?
Yes, no, that's his. This is he ain't never experienced this type of food in his life.
I'm kind of mad at his daddy for not bringing around his.
You got to think what his dad, who his dad played for. He played for the Lakers, and he was living in like somewhere like he has not experienced this part of blackness at all. Not saying Klay has been around blackness, but not this level of blackness.
Yeah, you know what?
He was in Baldwin Hills and shit.
So here's the thing: even prior to this video, there's been conversations surrounding the whole thing with spaghetti and fish. And depending on where you from, is it a thing? And I know that when like my guy goes to St. Louis, that is something that his family makes out, in the Lou. So I don't know if it's a regional thing or whatever, but it's just really
that's a South Midwest thing.
But I feel like I have enough friends out here.
Okay, he went to school in Rancho Santa Maria, Margarita. Where is that at?
I don't fucking know.
See, you don't even know where that is. It says it's in Orange County. He grew up in Orange County.
Okay, but still, where's his daddy originally from?
Good question. Let's see. Good question. Good question.
Because that would have a lot to do.
Where's Big Daddy Klay Thompson from? Michael Thompson. He is from Miami, Florida, but was born in the Bahamas. So he's Bahamian, basically.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Okay, so that's fair. It's just funny.
And then he went to college at University of Minnesota.
Yeah, so you wasn't getting fish and spaghetti. It's just funny because
he could have been getting it. I mean, my uncle went to the University of Minnesota, and he's from Chicago, and they was up there doing shit. But he may not have though.
Yeah, he might not have. I mean,
being around all the basketball team, not being around the black folks at the University of Minnesota.
And that's what I was gonna say. You said it. I did. I thought it.
No, but they did. I think it's harder now. I think athletes are way more integrated within black society at PWIs now. But back even in my day, they had to go out their way to come hang out with us.
Okay.
Because they had them so segregated on stuff. But now with Instagram and different ways you can communicate, I think they're way more integrated within black culture within white schools.
It's just funny. It's just funny to know this 30-something-year-old man
100%. It makes sense.
Like you got homeboys like Draymond time.
No, you got he went to Washington State after he went to Rancho Clarita or whatever.
No, I'm talking about like you got friends that are niggas.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's just funny, even throughout his
but
course.
you gotta think about it.
I'm not thinking about it. I'm thinking about the niggas' perspective.
No, I am. I'm telling you. Think about the niggas that got there. They don't want to eat that no more. I'm up to steak and lobster, nigga. Let's do it.
Yeah, but then
even introducing it because they get into new shit.
No, absolutely. But then there's that the retrospect where it's like, I'm really craving XYZ. I'm gonna have my
they don't like
no, you'll have your personal chef whip that up for you real quick. And I'm gonna have my homeboys.
And you ain't thinking about inviting Klay to that.
but no. But it's just like, hey, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, at least not once. But then people are trying to make it out to be, she putting a hex on him because the story that always surrounds women when it comes to spaghetti and giving.
I mean, I've had a hex put on me. I mean, so I get it. Not a hex. It was a root. True story, man. No, y'all want me to tell a story? All right, story time, y'all. All right, so this is about 2002. Young lady I was dating from Memphis, Tennessee. Her family was from New Orleans. This is pre Hurricane Katrina, so they weren't transplants to Memphis. They had moved there years before. So two things happened to me. The first thing, so I went to go visit her. I was in school in Ames or whatever. Me and her met at a conference, maybe like a freshman. We stayed in contact. So by my junior year, me and her started dating for real. I would go down to Memphis. She would come up to Ames and kick it, blah, blah, blah.
What's Ames?
Ames, where I went to Iowa State. Ames,
okay.
Ames, Iowa. So she would come up there too and kick it from time to time. So I went down there. It was in 2003. I'd already graduated college or whatever, and I went to go visit her. So she stole my underwear. That was number one. And then my second thing was I did eat some of her oxtails, and I told my grandmother about it because I was like blowing her up, like on her bumper for no reason. I was bugging. Like I was bugging. I can't describe how much I was on. I was on some bullshit. And my grandmother, so my great aunt was a voodoo priestess. So I told my grandmother about it. She was like, you got a root on you. And I was like, how do I get it off? She was like, you need to do these couple of different things or whatever. I did that. 3 or 4 days later, she called me, was like, oh yeah, you forgot your shorts and everything. I won't send them to you and everything. And I'm sorry, I haven't been contacting you. It's just a lot been going on. And fast forward, I ended up finding out she was dating somebody else, and she ended up marrying a dude. She's still married to him now. So the root got off me by getting her on somebody else. Yeah. Hold on. You think I'm playing games?
No. I believe you. I just never. Daryl, you never cease to like not surprise me. Like it's always so crazy. Like you've lived so many different lives, and it's just, I just wasn't expecting you to say that. So I'm surprised.
Click on that right there. Boom. That's the young person. No, the young lady right there. Her stuff. I don't want to say her business because her business is her business.
Oh yeah, she look like she do that.
See,
just because of that coloring.
See,
that's that Creole.
Yep. See, look, man, and the thing was so. Give you even some background on my great aunt. So my grandmother, my great aunt was finna die. My great aunt told my grandmother, "Hey, it's gonna be if a woman comes by, ask if it's coming to the house and ask for my stuff after I die. Somebody you ain't never saw, don't give them anything and don't let them in the house." My great aunt dies. My great aunt dies. She comes by the house in Chicago, and she was like, I've been one of her longtime friends. I haven't seen her in a long time. I just wanted to come by and give my respects and everything. And is there can I come in? She's like, no, you can't come in. She's like, okay. And then she was talking to her on the porch a little bit. She's like, is there anything I can give as a memento of something that I can have of hers to keep her close to me? And my grandmother did not give it to her. The whole idea is that woman wanted to torture her soul and before she went to, you know, or stop her from getting into the gates is the whole process and the thought. But it was a voodoo priest she was beefing with that was from New Orleans.
Okay.
So that's this woman that she had never met just shows up in Chicago on a porch.
I mean, in general, like as a black people, I don't even if your
grandmother before she died, if this woman you ain't never seen shows up.
But that's what I'm saying. I was like, I feel like low key, because black people are the way our intuition be set up. Even if your great aunt didn't tell them that, they would have been like, no, we don't fucking know you. You could be robbing us.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah. This was in the 50s, 60s. Hold on. Okay, hold on. It was right before my dad was born, and my grandmother had him at like 20. So yeah, this is the late 50s then. Late 50s.
Damn.
Late 50s. Yep. Late 50s.
Like I said, I believe you. It's just
what if DOC never got into that car accident? What if Ice Cube didn't leave NWA? What if the game never leaves G Unit? What if Teddy Riley never moves to Virginia? What if we got that J. Cole and Kendrick album? What if the RZA would have never had that flood? How would the hip-hop world sound today? Welcome to Hip Hop What Is, the podcast where we dive into the biggest what could have beens in hip-hop history. From iconic album delays to game-changing partnerships that never happened. We reimagine the culture we love and explore its alternative paths. And you are now at Hip Hop What Is.
Never did I imagine in our friendship. I don't think I ever expected you to say that somebody put a root out on you.
It did, man. Put a root on me, man. Put a root on me, yo. Had me jammed up, yo. I'm talking about jammed up. If I told you what this dumb shit I did, like that's not even my character.
Did you say one of the things confidently?
I just showed up on her doorstep one day.
Oh yeah, and we don't do pop-ups,
right? I was like, because I was in St. Louis during that summer, and I was like, oh, she ain't picking up. And I was like, I told her I was coming down there though, but I hadn't gotten no confirmation. I just pulled up. This back in this 2003.
Okay. Do you? I know it was like 20 years ago, but part of me is also kind of like, can we ask her why she put that root on you?
No. She's unfriended me and tagged herself in pictures, and I was still cool. I was over the root. I ain't even take nothing personal. She had sent me a friend request on Facebook. I accepted it maybe around like 08, 07, 08. I accepted it, and I tagged her some pictures and stuff. She untagged herself when she got married and unfollowed me. No, and I ain't did nothing to her. So hey, I ain't gonna run to the root. I was trying to be nice to keep the root off of me. I'm not gonna run to it though.
I was just interested because maybe she was like, Derek will really be the one, and I just, I know that he's an Aquarius, and they get distracted.
She was a Sag.
Oh, I don't know if that was root work. That might have just been because they terrorists. Like, I have been terrorized by some Sagittarius men, but the girls be cool. They be bomb.
Yeah.
I have to pray for my nephew every night because he's a Sagittarius, but his mom is also one, but she's just so dope. But like I said, like my homegirls a bomb, but them niggas, woo, child.
All right, let's get into this next one. Let's see what you think about Mr. Jermaine Dupri's comments here.
He's a cool kid.
Oh, wrong. I do want to talk about that, but hold on, that's the wrong thing. Here we go.
I know everybody, people have this thing about Usher and Chris Brown. I'm never gonna say Chris Brown, and I fuck with Chris Brown, but I wrote half of the Usher songs. Y'all want me to go against myself? Like, I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, however you feel gonna happen in the verses, that's how y'all feel. These my songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wrote these songs. I'm going for my songs. I'm never gonna go against myself. But at the same time, like I said, with being competitive, I want Usher to stay Usher, and I want Chris Brown to stay Chris Brown. Let's fight it out. But be who you gotta be. Like don't do his dance. You know what I'm saying? That's like Prince doing Smooth Criminal. I couldn't do that. I would have been mad as fuck about to seeing him with his ass out and his little high heels on trying to act like you don't.
Okay, but if Chris Brown calls today, you on some Drew Hill Jagged Edge shit, JD, I need something. Come through. Are you coming to give him the slap?
It's dangerous at this point.
Tell me more.
It's dangerous. It's not because, like I said, I don't go in the studio thinking about let me hold
some other shit.
Hold this and let me keep this. Yeah. I might fuck around and go in the studio with Chris Brown and make Thriller. Usher will hate me for the rest of my life.
You fuck around get a synergy with that young guy and make seven songs in 3 days.
Okay, but isn't that counterproductive to what you said your ultimate goal is, right? When I talk about that short list of people that can make Thriller, today, Chris Brown's on that list. If paired with the right person.
It is. But I mean, I also have to acknowledge for the first time, I got to acknowledge it like, yo, this is that man. You know what I mean? I have to acknowledge it. But I would love to work with Chris Brown. I have worked with Chris Brown before. Bow Wow and Chris Brown got a #1 record. As soon as we put him on the song, #1. It's not, you ain't got to tell me what's.
All right, Dom, what you think?
What's going on with JD voice? Because he don't sound like JD. Like, he sound a little different. So I was like, well, is he okay? But I know our voices, as we get older, sometimes they can change. Okay. So that's neither here nor there. I'm a fan of both people, though Chris Brown be pissing me off. But I always like, and this has just been the conversation because of this versus thing. I think that they are two different artists. Like, when I say yes, in the literal sense they are, but I think as far as sound, production, they're two different types of artists. And what I mean by that is R&B, Usher is part of the reason why R&B is still R&B. There's a lore to R&B when we think about where it is more sensual. They saying shit is nasty, but it's sensual. Whereas Chris Brown is just a little more overt and in your face with it. Again, enjoy both people's catalogs. I think the interesting thing is, and I don't think that people are trying to pit them against each other per se. I think we're so used to things now being, oh, somebody competition. We get off on that because it keeps it, the conversation going. But when frankly it's annoying. Just like when we talk about sports and we break down the metrics and so, oh, he not the GOAT, he not a Kobe, he not MJ, he not a LeBron or whatever. I think consistently comparing people to people and somebody's skill set is really frustrating and it becomes annoying because we don't enjoy it is for what it is. Like, so it'd be the music. It takes away from it. Whatever sport that is, it takes away from it. And it's like, how come someone isn't just allowed to be just themselves and I'm just doing me? I think for a while, to be completely honest and frank, and I think it took Usher a long time to collaborate with Chris Brown because of whispers and conversations just like this. Like, again, New Flame is a perfect song. I think that second song, terrible song, hate it. New Flame was perfect, and y'all should have left it at that. But I will say that for JD, and JD is definitely, Billboard came out with a list of like the top producers and all that stuff, and he's definitely I think he's like number 8 on that list. He's somewhere high because based on like the amount of number ones that he's had over the course of his career. I know Max Martin is number 1, who is a huge like European producer that's done stuff for the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, so many different people. But I for you to say that you could give Chris Brown a Thriller, but your loyalty is to Usher, that's a stretch. I think that's something that we would never ever see again in this lifetime. And that's no diss to Chris. That's no diss to JD. I just think that that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Music has drastically, significantly changed so much since that project dropped, like since Thriller dropped, right? And I know he's just not talking about like that one particular song. He's talking about the entire project. But I don't know, like as a fan and as a person that enjoys Chris's music, I would say that he does need something like different. Things are starting to sound redundant and the same. And I also know he's another artist that just goes into the studio and you have all these songs in the vault. But I think that it's time for him to give us something unique and intriguing. But you can't compare the two projects. Like, I'm trying to think of what's a solid Chris Brown album that doesn't have skips. And that's his first project, and probably that second project, maybe. Actually, no, there's a song that I would skip, Picture Perfect, that will.i.am produced.
So yeah, I mean, so overall, no one could do a Thriller now. There's no one that could do that now.
And anything that, and to be honest, if we stay in the male category where it's no skips, it would be probably Usher's Confessions album that will be close to that. And
is
again,
that the last one for a male artist?
I mean, when we think about, okay, I'm gonna look. Let's see. Because we talked about the Usher run before, remember?
Yeah, we did.
Usher, Confessions, album sales. 20 million copies worldwide.
That's stupid.
In the U.S. alone, it had sold over 10 million copies, earning it a diamond certification by the RIAA, and it's also the best-selling album by a Black artist in the 21st century. The video discusses this. Oh, this is another clip. Yeah, Chris Brown. First album sales. Not interested. Chris Brown's self-debut album sold 2 million copies in the US. It's double platinum. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. And then let's look, and then, we can't listen. Thriller has been like.
I mean, honestly, it's only what I'm thinking about. It's only women artists that I'm thinking about that had classic albums since Usher's album.
Thriller still remains the best-selling album of all time, having sold over 70 million copies worldwide.
Did the Eagles? I thought the Eagles may have more, but or it still could be him. But I thought the Eagles with their anthology album somehow it like passed him up.
That the one with Hotel California?
Yeah, I thought it's something. I think they go back and forth, to be honest. Like,
but yeah, and remember it was like Drake was close or something, and then everybody went and streamed.
Like we don't.
Absolutely not, we're not doing this.
No, we ain't gonna let this happen. And you know what album was up there though, but I came out at the same time though, and I know people don't like him as much, man.
Who?
That John Legend Get Lifted album was hard, man.
Holla, holla, holla.
Hey, I know people don't. I mean, I know his music.
No,
But that album.
Let me tell you this. Anybody that's saying that about Get Lifted.
No. I'm talking about his music now is kind of more boring. But that Kanye,
I will take a listen to it, and then depending on what's hitting,
I'll got a couple of good albums, like solid albums. But that first one, Get Lifted.
Listen, come on and go with me.
I can change.
Yeah, of course, your ass love that song.
I can change. Fuck, that's my joint.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you got that Black Summer's Night from Maxwell. That's another one. That's the one with Pretty Wings on there and Bad Habits.
Which is crazy because like
that's 2009 though.
Yeah. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just really so hard to.
It's a lot of women albums, is what I'm saying.
But that's what it's like. It's a lot of like. We can say, in that sense, I feel like it's okay to say female. Yeah. And I know this. I was like, so in that sense of that, yes. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
what do you know about that Jamie Foxx Unpredictable album?
Look up the sales for that. Are you asking me?
No, I'm just asking your opinion on it. Like.
Let's look at the numbers, Jamie. Right. They said he dipping back into the milk again.
I mean, I didn't think he was ever going not.
He said those words, not us.
But you believe him?
I don't know. I don't believe none of these niggas. I'm gonna be honest. Damn it. Unpredictable. Jamie Foxx. Unpredictable. Come on. Album sales.
Ooh.
It sold over, eventually achieved double platinum status in the US, selling over 2 million copies.
I got an album with somebody new. Depends on what you look at him as. Anderson .Paak. Is he rapping or are we talking about R&B with him?
Ooh,
because he got fire music right now. I'm just saying, like, where you can be like, this is
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
Fire album, but it just depends on which way you look at him. Does Justin Timberlake count?
Here's the problem with Justin Timberlake. I would say it was
Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars count?
Well, no, but that's the thing. Okay, so like when we have those conversations, because they are not of the Black diaspora per se, they've indulged in it. But I would say that Justin Timberlake's project would be probably qualified as impactful at that moment, but influential, absolutely not. Just because, like, and I think to have influence is something that we still talk about. I listened to Future Sex and Love Sounds not too long ago. I was getting ready to go out. Like, it was a song that was in my Summer Love was in my head. So I was like, oh, let me revisit this project. And it's a cover to cover. Solid project. But I don't think it was impactful or influential enough to transcend that time. But I also don't know if it is the controversy that surrounds Justin Timberlake where we no longer talk about that project.
Okay.
So those are things to also, I mean, and even with the controversy that surrounds Chris Brown is still a part of the conversation. So I would say Chris Brown overall would be more influential and impactful as far as the music space goes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. Well, so what about Bruno Mars?
Where is Bruno Mars?
I'm talking about that 42 Karat album I'm talking about.
Solid project. Nobody's talking about it anymore.
I mean, they play the shit out of some of that stuff off of there, though. Come on now.
I don't know. At least that album came out.
I would say that people in just general society play way more Bruno and Mars stuff than Chris Brown's.
Depends on the song.
Uptown Anthem, 24 Carats. You can hear them anywhere.
But yeah, let me see. 24
Carats in the air. Man, they'll play that anywhere. That's in elevators and everything.
Well, yeah.
And Uptown Anthem. I mean, Uptown Funking You Up or whatever it is. I'm saying Uptown Anthem. Like that's 90 by Nature.
That sold 5 million units globally and certified triple platinum. But like when we think about oh, so that's what it is, which I'm not surprised. No Guidance featuring Drake is Diamond.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But let's see. But he doesn't have a Diamond album. No Guidance is still a good song. And actually, congratulations to Chris Brown. Look at me now. Is now certified diamond as of May 5th, 2025.
Okay. Shout out to Chris. Okay.
So I think, but that's because there's less controversy surrounding Bruno Mars. So when we talk about music in that sense, but for me, if I'm being completely honest about my guy Chris's catalog, do I think that he has songs that could go up against potential like Confessions? Yes. But if we're just track for track, you got this solid album, and 8701 is fire. You have now this last project that Usher dropped, like I said, them are just B-side songs that was in the vault and you just put out. But Usher, Here I Stand is a really good album. My Way. So it's just kind of hard to say. And I know people are like, hey, we only talk about that one Usher album. No, Usher got hits. So let's not play Usher face. So I don't know. That's an interesting conversation. Yeah.
All right. Let's jump into a story I want to kind of put people up on. This a movie. We have a movie about all kind of other criminals and criminality people. But one that is interesting to me that you sent to me, and I'd heard about him and I read about it, but now I connected it together when we talk about the brother from New Orleans that's still out. What is his name again?
Derrick Rhodes.
Derrick Rhodes. Is
with sidebar.
Yeah.
He might be working in a grocery store.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I don't know if that's AI. But like I said, he can pass as a stud. And the photos that we've seen.
That's true. That's true.
Y'all can't be out here blowing people cover. Just let people be.
Yeah. He ain't bothering nobody right now. Let him just do his thing. I know he out in there for murder, but for allegedly getting back at the people that had something to do with his grandmother being killed, allegedly.
Right.
That's the story. I don't know, but that's what they're trying to claim. But is George Edward Wright? This dude's life. I mean, I read a little snippet what you had sent me, but I forgot. So I went in and researched and looked up more and read up some whole bunch more because I was like, this dude life should be a movie, like a real for real movie. So him and some homeboys back in New Jersey, they acting up, robbing a couple of people over a couple of days. One set of boys go and rob, and he wasn't with them, but since they killed someone. So, but he wasn't with them. So at first he was trying to say that he, not guilty. Then they try to put him into no contest, no plea, and he decided to go with that if he wouldn't get life. So they gave him 10 years, even though he was not there for the murder. They were trying to get him on the murder too. Yeah. So 7 years later, he just walks out of prison with one of the cats he actually was robbing with him, and they steal the warden's car and drive all the way to Detroit and join the Black Liberation Army in Detroit. Now, the Black Liberation Army was an offshoot of the Black Panther Party. Assata Shakur was a member. Asundi was as well. I'm trying to remember some other brothers that were a part of it. Give me a second, y'all. Yeah, like I said, Assata Shakur, George Wright, and we were talking about now, Arthur Lee Washington, who's a person that was a fugitive as well, and Sundiata Acoli, who was one of the people that was in the trial with Assata Shakur for that bogus charges of killing a New Jersey trooper. But so then he goes there. He's there for 2-3 years. Then they hijack a Delta Air flight. Him and some of the brothers and sisters in the Black Liberation Army. At that time, they were doing a lot of hijackings, trying to raise money for the movement. They were like, well, we don't start jacking shit. Right, wrong, whatever it may want to be. I'm not here to judge. I'm not going to be in discussion on that side of the game. But so they jack it. They ended up basically making the person come with just underwear on to deliver the money so they wouldn't think he had any guns. So, and remember, we talked about this before.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah. When
you said they were straight jacking, I was like, okay, baby's kids, because
they were robbing armored trucks. They were doing a lot of some hijackings. It was a lot of different things they were doing. And people part of the movement were, and some people weren't. It was a lot of discussion and splinterings within both Black Panther Party and Black Liberation Army, because Black Liberation Army wanted to be more proactive and very go after the man. And Black Panthers, as they did, it was like, no, we're self-defense party. Black Liberation was like, the only way we're going to be liberated is if we take it to them. So that was the splinter between both of the organizations. But so they rob it, they get away, get to Algeria, and then they're hanging with Eldridge Cleaver, a former Black Panther that had got exiled himself to Algeria after if anybody knows the story, Little Bobby Hutton. He was one of the people with Little Bobby Hutton when Little Bobby Hutton got shot. Little Bobby Hutton is one of the founders of the Black Panther Party, but he was killed at 18-19. He was one of the founders at 14-15, but they killed him at 18-19. If anybody's seen the movie Black Panther, basically Bobby Hutton and a couple other Panthers and Edward Cleaver, some stuff happened and they were like, we're gonna take it to them directly. So they started just trying to shoot at random cops. They somehow get barricaded. I know this is going to be some Black history for y'all, so y'all's going to sit back with me. So they barricade themselves in this home, and Eldridge Cleaver says to Little Bobby Hutton, because they start shooting canisters into the house, so like to smoke them out. And he's like, just take off all your clothes so they don't have no excuse to shoot you and say that you ain't got nothing on you. Little Bobby Hutton, only 17, he's scared to take his clothes off and be naked. Eldridge Cleaver takes all his clothes off, walks out naked. Little Bobby Hutton has his clothes on, still coming out with his hands up. They shoot and gun him down.
Damn.
Killed him, just unarmed, killed him. So Eldridge Cleaver gets out of that somehow. He gets out of that. But the Black Panther Party was like, yo, you on some bullshit doing this. We kind of can't fuck with you. You done got out on bail, just leave. So he left and went to a couple other places, but he settled in Algeria. So these Black Liberation Army people, they got $2.2 million as well from this hijacking in 1972. So they go to Algeria, then they go to Paris, stayed there for years. Like all of them stayed there for another, I think, how long? Another 4 years before the U.S. even caught them. 4 to 5 years before the U.S. even caught them in Paris. But our brother George Wright, he had already dipped to Portugal before. He was like, man, this ain't Paris. Seemed like it's cool, but we got to keep it moving. I got to find another identity and do some other stuff. So he moves. Those 4 or 5 years later, they get caught. All those accomplices get caught. They ended up, France ended up not extraditing them. France ended up saying, okay, you can serve 5 years in jail here. They did that. And then a lot of those people, all those people stayed in Paris and became citizens of Paris and became part of the society. And if you guys ever want to check it out, it's a document that's dope. It's called Melvin and Jean, An American Story. It's about 2 of the members of that hijacking and how they became part of regular society in Paris after they did their jail time for that hijacking. But anyway, so brother George Wright still out there. They didn't catch up him till 2011. He had changed his name. People, they just knew his name George. People thought he was African. He got a new accent. He had done everything. He was Portuguese now. And the U.S. was like, we caught him. You need to send him back. Portugal was like, no, he a naturalized citizen. He's been there over 25 years. He ain't going nowhere. So he's been in Portugal since then.
I love it. And that's why I sent that to you. But
yeah,
updates, because we were talking about all this stuff and we talking about, I guess technically it's not crime, but it's just an update with Uncle Nearest. And we were talking about the lawsuit and everything that's been going on from their creditor. A judge had appointed the creditor from the loan as the receiver. It's a receivership happening. And so they pretty much removes Fawn and her husband from the day-to-day logistics of the company, and Fawn is still allowed to be the spokesperson for the brand because they know ultimately removing her will hurt the brand. And she is also under a strict gag order. So that's the update that made me, because we was talking about, crime and law.
And then Cornelius talked about a little bit on your show, didn't he?
Yeah, we talked about it. The episode drops next week. We actually spent a little more time on it than I anticipated. Just breaking down different things, and because by that time so much more information was out, and we were able just to kind of piggyback off of what you and I spoke about, and then our offline conversations and just the conversation surrounding everything as a whole. But it was the same thing, I'm like, hey, if you didn't do this and you didn't agree to this, where's the money?
Where's the money?
Where's the money? Who got the money? And then also another update is that the former CFO is also under investigation. So we'll see.
All right. Our final something fun we're going to do for our last segment. All right.
He's a cool kid.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
He was a professional, and his wife was on set. She was a beautiful woman. Literally, I did my work and I went home. So the infamous scene that everybody talks about, I really hate to bust everybody's bubble because that wasn't me. Years later, I spoke to my body double, and she told me, when you left the set, they tried to get me to do the scene. And I didn't want to do the scene. So she's like, they called in somebody else. And I was like, wow. Because I didn't see that scene until we went to the premiere, and I looked at Hype like, what what is this? Wow. Like, I thought I was just gonna be in here being bad and doing some cussing. You know, that was gonna be my sin, the cussing. So I'm like, what is this scene? So I was like, you did me dirty, dude. But okay, all right, whatever. But I knew after that movie, everybody was gonna approach me to do roles like that, and I was gonna be turning them down. So when you saw the gaps in my career, is because I was getting those kind of roles, and I was like, that wasn't even me. I'm not doing that. Yeah. Like, I have kids. I'm not trying to do that right now. Like, or ever. Back then, you couldn't really choose like what your character was gonna be doing outside of what you did on set. I didn't have any control over that, but it's all good. Keisha's an icon. I learned a lesson, and I'm just, I'm able to tell people that wasn't me.
All right, Dom, what you think about that?
So my question, did they add that postscript?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, because I was like, how she not know? Did she not read the script? Which is also really messed up, because we hear that happening to so many actors, how they get typecast and they get put into certain boxes, and she never got the opportunity really to do anything else that she wanted to do because of that. So that's really messed up, and they should have told her.
I mean, but Jada Pinkett had a body double for Jason's lyric.
She had a body double. She didn't know that scene existed. That was the two different things. Not knowing something existed versus this was in the script, the original script, when we went over it. Because like when you see it, I've never seen Belly.
You never seen Belly?
No, I was told that I also didn't need to go and venture into seeing it because I heard all the money was spent in the first half hour. But I will say this.
That's a fire scene though.
Yeah, I would say post. So you can edit stuff, you can cut stuff. So it was probably like insinuated like that they did something versus like, okay, cut, okay, action. This is the post or whatever. He doing XYZ. But to see it on camera and was like, I don't remember doing this. I didn't shoot this. They added that after that. And that is fucked up.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And the fact that it was never even a conversation. It sounds like it was never even a conversation based on what she said the conversation was with the body double.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, the body double thing is weird though. You know what I mean? Like,
so y'all ended up having to call in a second girl to do this scene. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I know people do stuff post, or after you get the idea for something, like you're like, well, I went home for the day, or I was wrapped. And then I can see that happening, but I also think that it should be a conversation. Say, hey, we're going to do XYZ and just alert the person. I don't know if it could have been something where Taral could have been like, okay, I really want to be a part of this film, but I don't want my character to do that. I don't know if she has any grounds for that. But that's crazy.
Yeah, like I mean, because we was all like, man, yo, because Terry's always did have a wholesome persona before that. It's Taral Hicks. Before that, because I remember she was a Broadway singer. She was coming up. I think she was on Motown. Yeah, she was on Motown at the time. She was in Bronx Tale, like I said, and she was a wholesome sister. That was her persona, and it was. I thought that she was gonna branch out and do some different types of roles from that. I was like, oh, but we didn't know that's not what she wanted to necessarily fully go into. And
it was just what she said. What was getting offered to her after that, and like I said,
she said that it's another clip where she says that she was offered Love and Basketball, and that's after Belly.
That's after, but But I'm saying that's what she said in that clip. She was like, "Y'all."
But she also said she was offered love and basketball in another clip. I'm saying for that same.
No. But I'm saying that she's saying you see where like my career is scattered. That's because this is what was happening.
Yeah.
So
shout out to her. Well, Dom, where can people hit you up at?
I'm up here looking at this girl's credit. Y'all can find me at St. Angeles wherever you social network. Just be sure to like, subscribe, and share Whiskey Soured as well. And we have a really dope episode that's currently out with Rhea from Womanology podcast. And then next week's episode is with Cornelius Anthony, where we, dive into the champagne life. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all this week. And be looking out for them clips. I'm gonna get all that stuff clipped up and posted.
All right. Well, thank y'all as always. We'll be back soon. Peace.